Hey, and welcome to Friday afternoon, my kitchen, and our exciting new BuzzFeed craze is tasty or spicy or herby chickpeas. So I've done a Mrs Rogers spin on it today. They're really nice, really crunchy and tasty. I guess you could call them healthy. They've got to be healthier than chips. We do use olive oil, but sort of the bare minimum, and go really well with either a beer, or the hot ones would be nice with red wine too, since it's winter and cold. So today I'm going to do two different varieties. One basically with cheese and some just really nice herbs, just really sort of authentic and home, almost country style. And the other one, I'm actually going to use a new product that we've got. It is chili and lime sea salt. It is divine, and it comes in our medium grinder, which is just perfect for popping on the table if you ever wanted to add a bit of spice to your food directly. So find that in the supermarkets. If it's not there, it's probably because everybody's bought it. So it is divine. Also, I want to tell you about another product we've got, similar, is the chili and Himalayan salt. Now this is chili flakes with Himalayan salt. It looks really pretty, but you will also find that on the supermarket shelves if it hasn't been bought already. And you could use either or for this recipe. The beauty of this recipe, or these recipes, is that do whatever you want. If you don't like Parmesan cheese, take it out. If you prefer to just use some kind of Mexican spice or Italian herbs, throw everything out the door and use what you've got in your pantry. So it's a really great, simple recipe that's done in about 40 minutes in total. That's chickpeas cooked, drained, stuff chucked on them and thrown in the oven. So you can have them fairly easy to eat. So, recipes. As I said, I'm going to go doing two different sorts. I'm going to do one at a time. I am going to pop in 1.5 tablespoons of oil. I'm using olive oil today, but you could use any oil that you like, really. I have finely minced, as fine as I can, 1 clove of garlic. Now I like garlic, so it's probably a little bit more than 1 clove there, but I really love garlic, and as I said, you can do whatever you want with this as long as you've got the oil. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of Mrs Rogers Parsley, dried parsley. Chuck them in there. I have 1 teaspoon of Mrs Rogers Dill. I have 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, never have enough thyme, and I have 2 generous teaspoons, because I love salt, of just Mrs Rogers sea salt. I'm going to just stir that all together with my oil. As you can see, it makes a nice paste. Now I am going to chuck in 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. Now I've finely grated that Parmesan cheese myself, so I bought a block, and I'll show you my grater because I've got it sitting right here. A really fine grater, which is actually perfect for a lot of different things. It's really good to just keep in your drawer and have it to come out. Kids really love it with carrot and things like that. Don't forget to like and share our video. Also, if you've got any comments, please ask. I've got someone watching, so they can direct that to me. So as you can see, I've got this nice sort of glugly mixture here, and I'm going to do the other mixture. So that's my Parmesan mixture. The other mixture I'm doing is 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to shake that out. We are making spicy or herby chickpeas today. I saw it on BuzzFeed and I thought I could do better. I've got 1 large teaspoon of cumin, because you can never have enough flavour. Bang that out. I've got 2 teaspoons of our new chili and lime salt in the grinder. Get it? It's really, really nice. So they just go in there. I've got to be careful not to breathe that in, otherwise I'll choke. And again, I love my garlic. I'm chucking garlic in. If you don't like it, leave it out. It's all good. So, and I'm going to mix that together. So these chickpeas are super tasty. almost could be considered healthy, way better for you than chips, and go great with a beer or a glass of wine. Fairly easy to mix up, and I will post a recipe on as soon as we're finished here. So now I've got my two different, very different looking combinations, so don't freak out if you try this at home and it looks completely different to mine. And what I've got here is 2 cans of chickpeas. I've drained them, I've rinsed them under water, and as you can see I've got them sitting in the colander. But before this I have had just normal paper towels, and I've let them soak and drain, because you want to get these guys as dry as possible. It just helps the stuff stick. The one thing that I do want to quickly show you is chickpeas have a skin on them. Excuse my, I chopped the top of my thumb off yesterday. So if you see a skin, just try and pull it off, because essentially once the chickpeas are cooking, that skin's going to be holding on to all the flavour as opposed to the actual chickpea. You don't have to sit there and pick all of them off, but as soon as you, like if you see them, do it. And that's the other good thing with the paper towel at the very end. Just get the paper towel and rub it gently, because chickpeas are very delicate, but the rubbing will help reduce the skins as well. So I'm just going to pop half. Now I got these chickpeas for $1.50 at the supermarket, so it's a pretty reasonably economic nibble. So now I'm just stirring the chili and lime salt and cumin recipe. Now I'm using a teaspoon purely because I don't want to whack the chickpeas too much. They are a fairly delicate little thing, but as you can see, I'm not exactly being tender loving care. So really you just want to stir it around. This is the Parmesan, dill, parsley, thyme mixture with a little bit of sea salt and some oil. As I said, use what you like, but this one, to be honest, you could use any cheese. If you don't have Parmesan and you need to make it quick, just use your tasty cheese or something that has a bit of flavour. Even blue cheese or something like that would be nice. Anything, preferably a hard cheese or a harder cheese, not a soft cheese. That won't work.
Frances says it looks great.
Frances, wait till you see it cooked. Well, actually you can see it cooked. But. Now I have 2 baking trays that are lined with baking paper, and I'm literally just going to tip this out. Now guys, don't forget to like and share our video if you want. I need to have more followers watching all these delicious, yummy recipes. And hey, we've got some really cool new things going to come up fairly soon on our Instagram too. So follow our Instagram at Mrs Rogers NZ. So the idea here, everyone, is to spread them, because the more air you can get circulating around them, the quicker they'll cook, and the nicer and crunchier and smoother they'll be. So I'm going to do the other one. Now I've had my oven preheating to 200 degrees fan bake, just so that it's hot by the time I get these guys in. So again, I'm just going to scoop all that yumminess out. And again, I wish we had smell-o-vision. So these tasty chickpeas are just going to be yum. Even my husband eats them, and he doesn't know he's getting healthy. You could actually do it for the kids, because it's quite good fibre, chickpeas. And kids never eat stuff with fibre. And chickpeas aren't a nut, as far as I'm aware. So all the low nut allergies and things. Actually, these could be gluten-free, I'm not sure. Check on the can. If your chickpeas are gluten-free, they will be. Sue
says they're good for you. So good for you.
Yeah.
They are, Sue.
Then again, Sue, I say a glass of wine's good for you too. So, okay, so I'm going to try not to trip over my microphone cord and stick these guys in my oven. Now, we want to put them in an oven of 200 degrees for around 15 minutes. Then you want to shape them and then make sure that they're spread out again, and put them in for another 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven. I've got a really strong oven.
Frances says they're healthy. Chickpeas are healthy.
Good. I'm pleased we've all come to that conclusion, everybody.
Yes.
So, just to recap, they're in the oven now, And when they are completely cooked after your 2 lots of 15-20 minute blocks, they'll be nice and golden. They'll also be very hot. So let them sit on the tray for 5 to 10 minutes so that you don't burn yourself. And then just serve them. They go really nice and crispy. And I can show you the finished product here. So these ones are the Parmesan, dill, thyme, parsley and salt. A little bit stuck together with the cheese, but I'll see if you can hear this. Hang on. They're really nice. And the flavours of the herbs aren't too strong that you think, oh, I've got a shot of dill, or you know, like they're just really nice. They're sort of almost like eating roast vegetable chips, if there is such a thing. My cameraman's just trying as well. These guys are the ground cumin and lime and chili salt, our new lime and chili salt. These two are really nice. So super crunchy. And you know what, instead of beer nuts or anything, you could make those. So easy. And this one was a really quick one. It just had olive oil, a teaspoon of ground cumin, and 2 teaspoons of that. Chuck it all together, chuck it in the oven. Easy done. So guys, I'm going to wrap that up there because obviously I've got some I prepared earlier and now I've got more in the oven. You could also chuck them over top of salad or on top of your soup. That would be really nice instead of croutons. So guys, I hope you have a really good weekend. Thanks for watching the Mrs Rogers version of the new BuzzFeed craze with spicy or herbed chickpeas. I promise I'll pop the recipe up as soon as I finish. And yeah, see ya!